Welcome to Boston Steve's MLB Breakdown. We're going to cover all 5 games on Thursday night's MLB slate, including a must-see matchup between the Dodgers and the Braves. I'm Steve Seagrave from Picks and Parlays. We are in action tonight with client plays in the MLB, and I also have a 4% NFL preseason play locked and loaded for Friday night. I do have a special offer to share with you guys towards the end of the video. But for now, if you guys enjoy this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you would. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And drop those MLB picks in the comment section. Who do you got tonight? Sides, totals, player props? Lay them on me in the comments, and I'll be checking those to respond back. So first up, we have a rubber match between the Astros and the Yankees. Both starting pitchers have been in solid form recently. Garrett Cole has tossed 3 straight quality starts, and he's done a solid job against his former club, holding the Astros to a .202 batting average across a solid sample size. Now, Yordan Alvarez does have 2 home runs against Cole. However, he's also only 2 for 12 with 9 strikeouts. So while he does have the 2 long balls, Cole has gotten the better of the matchup for the most part. On the other side of things, we have Hayden Wesneski, and he's coming off 5 scoreless against the Athletics. He doesn't necessarily pitch very deep into games, and the Athletics are an injured lineup that is struggling at the dish recently. However, he's handled who's been put in front of him. We've seen some higher scoring games in this series thus far. However, all the key bullpen arms are available on both sides. So I feel like this is a spot where we circle back and take the under 8.5 in this game. Number 2 on the docket, we got KC and Toronto. Spencer Arrighetti against the lefty Noah Cameron. The Royals just watched a 9-game winning streak fall by the wayside last night. And now we got Spencer Arrighetti going up against them. And he's struggled with his command so far this season. And he's also struggled to pitch very deep into games. On the other side of things, we have the southpaw, Noah Cameron, and I've loved what I've seen from Cameron recently. Over the past couple of months, he's been a really great option for the Royals, and in his last 2 outings, he's thrown a combined 14 scoreless innings. I like the Royals here on the money line for the full game. I just don't fully trust the bullpen. It's been a little bit better recently. Blue Jays lineup, a little bit banged up, not the lineup that I'm rushing to the window to back. So we're going to roll with the Royals here in the first 5 money line. A little juicy at -122, but I think the juice is worth the squeeze. You could consider laying the half run if you wanted to limit the juice a little bit. Next up, we got the Brewers and the Mets. Jacob Misiorowski against the lefty Sean Manaea. Manaea has been in horrible form. He's allowed 4 earned runs now in each of his last 2 outings, resulting in an 8.59 expected ERA in those 2 games. You look at him head-to-head against the Brewers, and they're hitting .333 against him across 61 plate appearances, including Bryce Terang going a perfect 5 for 5 against Manaea. Both lineups have been in great form recently. The Brewers have a WRC plus of 117 over the last 2 weeks. On the other side of things, we got Miz, Cy Young frontrunner. He's got elite numbers, just churning out quality start after quality start. This guy gives Milwaukee the decisive starting pitching edge in this game. If you look at the bullpens over the last 30 days, it's been about a wash. So we're going to go with the Brewers here on the road. As I've always said in videos before, I don't necessarily like to back the run line for home teams just because you end up getting that spot where in the 9th inning or in extra innings where you're going to need a multi-run homer to cash the ticket. But we don't have that problem in this one. I believe the wind is blowing out tonight in New York. So I'm going to take the Brewers here on the run line and look for them to take this one by 2+ runs. Next up, we got that elite starting pitching matchup that we mentioned in the intro to the video. We got Dodgers and the Braves. Yamamoto against Chris Sale. And like I said, this is just an elite starting pitching matchup on both sides. Dodgers looking to avoid the sweep in Atlanta here. Some critical games, both teams fighting for playoff positioning. Dodgers still fighting for that number 1 seed. And the Braves, they've had the Phillies have crept up on them a little bit in the AL East standings. Yamamoto is a big game pitcher. We put out a future again with him last year in the playoffs for him to win the postseason MVP award at plus 700, and he cashed that one for us. He's always a pitcher that I love to back. And Atlanta, despite putting up some decent numbers against the Dodgers in the last 2 games, this Braves lineup is still bottom 5 when you look at WRC plus and ISO over the last 30 days against right-handed pitching. So I think this is a spot here where Yamamoto really digs in, and we see a good pitching performance from him. Chris Sale on the other side, I think he's going to pitch pretty well against the Dodgers. However, on the season, against lefties, Dodgers 7th in WRC plus and ISO power. Now, those numbers aren't as good over the last 30 days, but I think this is a spot where we see this lineup lock in, and it's going to be pitcher's duel early. I wouldn't fault you for taking the first 5 under or something like that, but we're going to go, it's not very often that we get the Dodgers at plus money, so we're going to go roll with LA here on the money line at plus 108. Final game on today's slate, we're going to look at Diamondbacks at Giants. Jose Cabrera against Landon Rope. Cabrera 5.60 ERA, 1.63 whip, and he's allowed 3+ earned runs in each of his last 3 outings. Doesn't pitch very deep into games, so we're going to see a lot of exposure for that D-backs bullpen. On the other side, Landon Rupp, he's allowed 4+ runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. Now, in 3 of those starts, it was 4+ earned runs. In one of those outings, there was 1 unearned run. He struggles with his command. We've seen 3+ walks now in 5 straight outings, so we should see plenty of traffic on the base paths for both sides. Neither bullpen trustworthy in my opinion. Dodgers above average in ERA over the last 30, but also 24th in whip, so we should see some traffic on the base paths even late in the game. The over is 5-1-1 in the last 7 head-to-head meetings between these two teams. However, I'm not the biggest fan of taking overs at Oracle Park. I do lean towards the over on the full game, but I think isolating the D-backs team total here is the way to go. We can get a 3.5 at minus 136. It's juicy. They're going to be guaranteed a full 9 innings of at-bat, so I wouldn't fault you for playing the 4.5 with some lower juice. But for this play, we're going to go D-backs team total over 3.5. I also have a hitter prop for you guys in this one. Gabriel Moreno, we're going to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBI, minus 130. But it's a line we've seen him clear now in 13 of his last 19 games. And he's 2 for 6 with a home run and a double, 2 free passes as well against Landon Rupp. So that wraps up for today, guys. I have a great deal to offer you guys. You can get the rest of 2026 right through the calendar year for a little bit more than $5 per day. $799, but it's $696 off the normal price, and it includes all sports, including 5% plays. 5% plays alone, $35 a pop. For this package, you get all my plays every day for a little bit more than $5 per day. We are 8-4 with our 5% MLB plays in 2026. And we've kept it low volume in the NFL preseason, but we are 3-1 over the last 2 years. We have another play locked and loaded for Friday. And I also have future plays locked and loaded for you guys. If you're looking for something a little bit more short term, you can buy 3 days, get 3 free for $69 over at Picks and Parlays. If you're looking for my client plays, those are over at pnp.buzz/ss. pnp.buzz/ss. Links always in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the new video. Hit that like button for me on the way out, and I'll see you guys next time.